Wow, what a finish. Let's start. 8.2 seconds left. Minnesota down three. Everybody knows need a three out of timeouts, especially. Okay, so they're going to start in kind of a box set, and you're going to see Dylan Brooks face guarding, fronting Cat, right? Trying to take away the easy catch for him. Okay, so to start this play, we're going to start with a little bit of fluff. Okay, D'Lo's going to set like a little back screen fake for McDaniels. Then he's going to do like a little split game thing with Edwards. And you're going to see the Grizzlies are pretty locked in. You know, they switch this little split action right here. You're going to see Bane take D'Lo and Josh switch on to Edwards. So they pretty, took away the three here. D'Lo can't get open with Bane on the top side. Cat is going to have a hard time catching it. Edwards, open for a millisecond at the top, but this kind of split action you see is really only right here, so he's not even behind the three. But play all along was really going to be a hammer action for Anthony Edwards, as you're going to see here as I let it run all the way through. And what makes it especially beautiful, okay, yeah, I don't even know technically if this is even considered a hammer because it's a odd angle for it. Usually you see that, on kind of like a baseline drive, and then the hammer screen happens right here. This is ball just in the middle of the floor, almost just like a, regular old flare screen. The whole thing, though, again, they have all this fluff action, and then it's basically just they wanted Cat just to pop open for the catch, okay, which despite Brooks being on the high side, Cat's able to, just get him off him a little bit. Refs obviously are allowing a little bit of hand-to-hand combat in the last couple seconds. That's fine. Cat gets open, okay, and then what's the shocking part is, I think they were expecting, okay, they're just trying to get into Cat so he can turn and, chuck up a three, which obviously he shoots pretty darn well. Instead, though, he's going to hand the ball right back to McLaughlin, who is not the guy that's usually going to be taking these shots. Kyle Anderson even goes under the screen. Everybody's like, wait, what? Well, why does McLaughlin have the ball in the middle of the floor? Well, he's got it right there because he's the best passer in this group, hence why he took the ball out of bounds, and he's going to deliver a beautiful bounce pass, which I usually hate to throw to shooters on the perimeter. That's usually a good pass to lead guys to the basket, but this bounce pass here was basically the angle, right, to throw this pass to Edwards in the corner. If he floated it too much, there was a chance that Clark could have picked it off. If he tried to throw it on a line, Ja could have got a hand on it. So McLaughlin's going to perfectly bounce that on one hop to Edwards, leading him to the corner. And Edwards has that elevation to get the three off. But again, as you watch it, fluff, decoy stuff in the beginning. Give back to McLaughlin. Use Cat as the biggest real decoy of it all, making it look like, the play is going to be for him. And then as McLaughlin starts to turn the corner, human tendency, Ja, right, is in the middle of the floor. He's in what's called, a shrink spot, a plug help spot, right? So he's thinking, okay, do I have to come over and stop the ball a little bit? Just turns his head just for a millisecond, and then you're going to see McDaniels come up, set that, again, hammer, flare, back pick, whatever you want to call it, on Ja. McLaughlin, perfect time right here to deliver the bounce pass. Clark tries to recognize and switch it, but he's just a little too late despite even getting a reasonable contest. Edwards' elevation and, again, big-time shot-making skills are good enough to get it off as I let you watch it. One more time all the way through Minnesota. Brilliant play by Chris Finch to get this action to tie the game and potentially send it to overtime. But of course, as we know, it was not enough, as we're going to see the Grizz come out of Taylor Jenkins' timeout. 3.7 seconds to go. Tie ball game. It's got to force overtime. All right, how do you do it here? Dylan Brooks taking the ball out of bounds. You see there, not in a box set. They're in like a 1-3 set. Ja right in the middle. Desmond Bane around that foul line elbow area. All right, so they put McDaniels on the ball. He's going to get big, do his whole jumping jack thing. Cat is going to chase Kyle Anderson out. I'll let you watch it one time through, and then we'll go through exactly how this went so wrong for Minnesota. All right, so similar to the Wolves play, okay, Kyle Anderson basically is just getting out of there, which would have been a great time for Cat to potentially notice. Kyle Anderson is slow and has a really slow release, and they're not going to run this play for Kyle Anderson to get a three right here. So, dude, turn around, come back towards the paint, go help out. Maybe you see what's going on. Maybe you see them trying to post job, right around the free throw line, and you can get in there and muck it up and take away that pass, take away that catch. Instead, he runs all the way out here with Kyle Anderson. Why? You don't need to do that. Why are you so far out there? But too late. Now he's, stuck there. All right, he ran with him, and as far as everybody else, as you're going to see, I mean, McLaughlin sticks with Tyus. Okay, Edwards is going to stick with Ja, despite the action they're running to try to force like a switch or something. Basically ends up being just get out of there so that we can run this middle pin down, right? Bane, I talked about, started kind of towards the elbow, but now he's going to come right down the middle of the court, mid pin down for Ja. Now, Anthony Edwards takes a terrible angle. Terrible angle. You just can't do this here. I mean, Ja, I know he made some threes. I know he can shoot, but your whole 3.7 seconds, stay between him and the basket. Make him beat you with a three if he's going to take a contested shot. You cannot gamble here and go for the steal. And even worse, I mean, it's just a horrible gamble. He doesn't even get a hand on the ball. He doesn't even make the catch particularly tough. I mean, that was as easy as it gets for Ja to catch that ball. I mean, if you're going to make, an exceptional play here and really sniff it out and dive and knock it away, but, I mean, this was just a terrible angle from the start, like I said. I mean, Ja, he's even a non-shooter to the extent where you probably could have just shot underneath, shot through the gap right here. You see that Vanderbilt gives him, to get under this screen, okay, instead of chasing Ja, right, on the pin down. You could shoot the gap right here. Instead, Edwards stays attached to him, so he gets screened off a little bit by Bane, who sets a good screen. And then here, again, he's got a chance to make a choice just to play behind him and just live with Ja, trying to make a move from the elbow, trying to take a contested jump shot, whatever. Instead, makes a terrible decision, again, to go for the steal, end up totally on the high side, whiffs terribly. Dylan Brooks deserves credit. Nice job looking initially to the left with his eyes on the ball, keeping it in the middle, and then delivering a nice little bounce pass right where Ja, could, especially given Edwards' terrible defense, turn and make a play. And then here you see again, verticality by Vanderbilt coming over, who's, guarding Bane. Obviously has to come at this point, so he tries to be straight up and get a good contest. But this is where Ja is just next level extraordinary, as he's going to do what he does better than anybody in the league and just hang in the air and glide and put the ball in his left hand and finish with a little touch off the glass. Big time. I mean, yeah, McLaughlin, he's guarding the strong corner. He was with Jones, he's a good shooter. He can't do anything. Cat, I talked about, could have certainly, Draymond, I feel like in that position would have sniffed this out and not even chased Anderson out. Would have been sitting right here at the elbow, probably taking this whole thing away. Honestly, Taylor Jenkins probably figured, okay, Cat's going to be guarding Anderson, so you know what? He's going to go chase him out here, and we don't have to worry about him. So that's what Cat has to get better, his awareness, recognition, all those things. And then Edwards, again, despite, the huge three, gives him a chance, but then he takes away this awful gamble. And now Ja, got a 2-on-1 right here. Might even be able to, could have bounced the ball off to Bane or given him a little, lead for the finish. Instead, though, obviously takes it himself, trusts himself, and makes him pay with the glide finish. Wolves 1 second ago, out of timeouts, obviously, and probably want to get the ball a little bit further down the court, at least than that. But yeah, not very likely we're going to get a good look off. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thumb up, subscribe, Scout with Brian. Appreciate you guys tuning in.